Hi, Emma. I'm hopeful we're going to get to meet one day. Maybe sooner than later. I'm getting a lot of good stuff done, and my mood seems to be evened out. There was this thing. It was this therapy thing. I don't know if they're testing it out or something, but it was like this noise, and it didn't. I didn't have anything on my phone. It was this noise that was coming on, and it was like beeping and stuff, and like it was just like relaxing me, and it was just like I started to just like it felt like all the stress was just like melting away. And uh and then I went outside and I felt like I was sitting up straight in the chair, and I was walking around with my head up, and I was looking around at stuff. And I think it did something that helped me get to this next step. You know, it was some sort of like sound therapy, and I don't know if there were things in it that were talking to me. you know, you know what I mean? Like I don't know if there were like subliminal messages or something, but it seemed to have helped a lot, a lot. Like I feel good now, and I also told them. I don't know if this is a secret, but I tell people stuff and it doesn't get out. Like people that take care of me or the military, and I told them I'd like them to experiment on me to see if you can use sound and visuals to cure bipolar, or treat it at least, instead of medication. So yeah, so maybe they will be doing that. And I because I had theories a while ago that there's ways of doing it: hypnosis, sound, visuals that can uh, can treat schizophrenia, bipolar, and depression without medication. And I don't know if that got out or what, but I had a theory of that, and they might be working on it. So that would obviously, you know, the pharmaceutical companies wouldn't want that, but you know what? It's all about what's best for humanity. And if you're working for a pharmaceutical company and you're panicking right now, well, you can get into things like vaccines and also antiviral medication, antibacterial medication, and always be advancing in that because there's always new stuff evolving. So, I mean, you have a place in the world. Is it going to be like a pill that makes you feel good, or a pill that stops you from cycling, or something? Maybe not. Maybe we can do things other ways. That was my theory a long time ago, and I believe it to be true. And uh, and that was, it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't unpleasant either. It was just something like, this is interesting. This is an interesting sound. And it just put me in kind of like a Zen mood. So anyway, uh, could help with PTSD too, maybe. Everybody's all about. I think a lot of people would be really creeped out about it. So it's not going to be for everyone. A lot of people would use medication because they might think they're planting something in your head, and if you believe that, it could fuck you up. But I trust them, so it's a little bit different. So anyway, just talking. I love you, and things are going well today. I think I got some good stuff done. That DSL, I've had that thought before and I talked about it, but things keep evolving so much that if I don't make a really specific point to say something and explain it well, it just gets lost in the sea of fill comments. You know what I mean? So um, I think that that DSL could be a really good thing. Obviously, um, Elon Musk has that Starlink, and then I have the OneWeb, and those have uses. They really do have uses because a lot of that, plays in Africa, Middle East, India, maybe China, around there, never did the same thing as we did with like Ma Bell. You remember that? Like, do you remember that BC Boys song where they're talking about Ma Bell? It's a good song. I forget what it is. But they made sure back then that everyone had a phone line in America. I don't think other countries did it so much. Maybe Europe, but So we have that infrastructure already installed. So why not take advantage of it? Was my thought. You know, if we can get the speeds we need for modern computing, so it seems like it could be a good idea. That's not where the market is anyways in America. It's not really where it is, you know, where Elon is. He like Africa is a big one. There's a lot of people in Africa, and there was never any phone lines, and that could be a big thing. There's a lot of people in India that I don't think they have phone lines connecting everything. They're just living. So if they could have this, you know, if they could have solar panels to produce power, and with a battery system, so you know, to so that they have it all night, and they have a something that gets a satellite signal, all of a sudden, you know, you're in modern day. You know, you're in modern day. You can watch videos to teach you things, and you can get on the computer and you can learn how to program. And you can learn all this stuff we're talking about. And you know, what is that saying? A rising tide rises all ships. Well, you know what? You want more customers, and it's just something about economics. You want it to keep growing, and humanity needs to keep growing and go beyond this earth to Mars, the moon, space stations. Then eventually, um, if we can, you know, get interstellar travel going, they're talking about black hole, wormholes, and they think it's theoretically possible. So we could go to other planets and spread out. So it's like that's the purpose of life. And what usually happens is there's something that checks you as another. If you're not intelligent life, there's something that checks it. And in nature, you get too many deer, all of a sudden the bears and the wolves are going to have a lot to eat, and they're going to multiply, and they're going to control the. Well, we don't have any natural predators, so we have to keep expanding. I mean, we could limit ourselves. We could do some sort of weird like stuff where kind of like they did in China with the two-child rule, um, but that doesn't really work, not well. And who gets to have more children? People are going to want to have more children than two, especially if they have somebody that's, you know, maybe brain have, you know, disabilities where they can't talk, speak, or whatever, and you want to continue on your family and have someone that has kids. Anyway, so we're going to have to keep expanding, and this earth needs to be taken care of, and we can't just gut it of every natural resource. There's so much in space for resources, and we can bring them back down here. So and I mean, we can fit so many more people on this planet, especially if we have like those skyscraper autonomous farms. And you know, we could feed 1 trillion people. You know what I mean? Doing that um, with the current farmland we have. I mean, if it depends, like if we get to a point where energy is so free, you can just like make anything. You can like make all kinds of stuff, and you could do things like that. Skyscrapers or 3D printed. They're working on 3D printing houses. Well, maybe at some point you can in a month you can have a whole skyscraper all done. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It might even be less time than that. You just set up a 3D printer and you got a skyscraper in a month. You know, so that's the future. So I love you, and have a good day. I know we're gonna get together now. Okay, bye.